So when my wife was questioning me about like, how are you gonna get back? Do you have the bus timetable and stuff? I was just like, you know, if I miss the last bus, I'll have to walk. And I'll have to walk through the road that goes through Aokigahara. And maybe I can find some white powder. So I can put white powder all over my face, and every car that's driving through Aokigahara, I'm gonna stick my thumb out and be like, pick me up, please. May your ghostliness please have a ride. Because I'm pale, but I'm not like that pale. I'm not like redheaded pale. So I'm like, oh, I'd need white powder for this to be really, really funny. Hi. What do you see? Oh, very good. What's up?
There's a trolley in there.
Oh, yeah, we're gonna go over there. What do you think? Pretty?
Yes.
So really uncool about the resort is they block the trail. So I went to get on it and they have like electric fence over it and barbed wire. It's not cool. Anyways, we had to walk on the road a little bit and we're now on the trail. The resort flower park was fun. I think it was smaller than my wife expected. I think it was more crowded than my wife expected. And also, the buses kind of run on when we're full, we're going to leave. So she was quite upset that she missed the bus she wanted to take back to Kawaguchiko station because it was already full and left. Anyways, I'm gonna continue on my adventure. So this environment has been created by the eruptions of Mount Fuji. So here we see some, I believe it's called pumice is its technical name. It's volcanic rock that is airy, so it has lots of holes in it, you see. That causes it to absorb sound, and then combine it with, let's say you had a lot of moss, and you had an environment like this, would be very quiet, and that's why people say Aokigahara is scary. That's the historical reason. In modern times, we've given more reasons. I'm not alone. I saw it. He's over there. I heard him first. There he is. Montosuko is actually popular for a lot of like outdoor recreation, and there are tons of campgrounds around here. You gotta get out of the road. Lake Montosuko, or Montosuko. Ko means like in Japanese. This area is less developed than some of the other lakes. It's a lot of camping, water sports, there's fishing here. So it's a little more outdoorsy, I guess you would say, compared to Kawaguchiko, where we're staying, or even Yamanako. So lake trout have been found in Lake Montosuko, and they are not supposed to be here. So if you catch them, you can't release them. So the goal for today's little journey is to get where the image of Fuji from the old 1,000 yen bell is based off of. So I think I've got about maybe another hour of walking. I got to get around to the other side of the lake. Actually, this map shows it perfectly. I'm here. I want to go here. And Fuji's there. Oh, and I'm staying right around here. Montosuko has a bit of an invasive species problem. So lake trout, black bass, bluegill, all invasive, and if you catch them, they don't want you to return them, they want you to kill them. Wow, that's beautiful. Like every single person that likes and subscribes. I made it. I made it to where the image on the 1,000 yen is based on. So this location was used for the image of Mount Fuji on the old 1,000 and the old 500. Let me take a moment to make a stand against disinformation. Whose? Well, mine actually. Where I'm at in the video is where the photograph Kohan-no Haru, Spring by the Lake, was taken on May 2nd, 1935 by the photographer Koyo Okada. Okada was a very, very prolific photographer of Mount Fuji. He's estimated on the low end that he took 380,000 photographs of Fuji. This one, Spring by the Lake, being the most famous, and it was used in the 5000 D series and the 1000 E series banknotes. A different photograph of his was used as the basis for the 1938 50 sen note. Okada's photographs were never used for the 500 yen note. Now, actually all the 500 yen notes that were released for circulation, they have the same photograph as the basis, and it's always contributed to a naturari, who I couldn't find anything about. Now, I only spent about an hour looking into this guy, and everything I found references, oh, his photograph is used for the 500 yen note, and even some references the 500 yen note put his name and then a question mark. I have a pet theory about this. So the 500 has a bit of a weird history to it. The first 500 was planned actually during World War II, on the assumption that Japan was going to lose and was going to need new currency after the war, and that due to inflation, they were going to need something as big as a 500. It also looked horrible, so they didn't actually release that. They did eventually release a 500 because inflation got so bad that the largest bill at the time, a 100, it was not practical anymore, so they needed something bigger. From what I understand, they put it into production pretty quickly, which makes me think that they might have just taken the first good-looking photograph that they could find and use, which maybe explains why it's by a photographer that's not really well known. Or maybe it's a false attribution where they just were like, who took this? I don't know. Maybe it was a member of the government who took the picture. I don't know. It's kind of mysterious. Maybe someone knows more. If someone knows more, please tell me in the comment section, because part of my brain is really, really curious about where this photograph came from and who the photographer was. So if you look kind of carefully over there, you see that splotch of yellow. That's the yellow submarine boat. That's where I came to the lake. So I've walked about I don't know, a third of the way around it. And I gotta walk back to get the bus. Fun fact, there's also a campground right down there, and that is the campground from the first episode of the anime Laid Back Camping. I have not read the manga, so I don't know if it's like one of the first campgrounds they go to there. And they might regularly go to it too. But it is right down there. It'd be kind of tough to get to if the bus doesn't come out here. You're either a car, some type of vehicle, or you make like me and you use your feet. Okay, so I have to basically get back to where I started. There's a bus at 3:25, and I think that's really my only option. If I miss that bus, I'm in trouble. Maybe I should have been smart and rented a bicycle for an hour or two like these people. Bicycles are fun.